Good morning and welcome to this morning's episode of the Amateur in the Morning. I'm your host, the Forex Amateur. It is the 20th of November, beautiful Friday morning out here in Durban. And as you know, as we come to the end of each week, my slogan is protect profits, reduce risks. I think I need to break it down to just those two statements: protect profits, reduce risks, right? The last thing you want to do is give away profits that you've been working on the entire week to grow. So if it's unnecessary for you to trade today, it's even better for you to just sit it out completely. It's always good to do some reflecting and understand what is it that you aim to achieve on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis. And if you've already achieved whatever you set out to achieve at the beginning of this week, then it might be a very wise decision for you to just sit the rest of the week out. Last thing you want to do is give back your profits. So on that note, let's just get straight into my disclaimer. Remember, I'm not qualified to provide financial investment or trading advice. Everything that I speak about on these episodes is purely my own opinion, right? Trades, I do not recommend any specific trade or action. Any trades that I do take are trades that I take with cash that I am willing to risk. Ensure that anything that you do on your side is not a direct result of these episodes that I speak about, but based on analysis and research that you have done, risking cash that you are willing to lose. Because the truth is, you could lose your entire investment. I think I actually need to draft out a disclaimer instead of just winging it every morning, because I find that it gets much longer and longer. But anyway, let's just get straight into the episode. As you know, I like to break down the synthetic indices market on these episodes. We've also, as of this week, extended it into the dollar index futures as well as the NASDAQ equity market. So that is what the point of this episode is. And I'm just going to get straight into the chart so that I can break that down for you real quick. So let's talk about volatility 50. I have been speaking about volatility 50 for the past week, in that it will get down into this level in here. And this level would be a very nice level to look for buying opportunities from there, perhaps to the upside, into around those areas, perhaps even into around that area up there at the top as well. So currently looking at this at the moment, you can see that price is currently in the level that I have been speaking about. So the best thing for me to be doing at the moment is for me to be looking for price action confirmation on the lower time frame. So that is where my head is at the moment. And I will be most likely looking for price action confirmations on the lower time frames to look to take up buying opportunities to the upside. What I would like to see is I would like to see if price can break back into this range again, right? On the higher time frame, if it can break back into that range. And that is where I will take the longer term. That's what's going to determine whether or not I will be holding any positions that I take down in these areas here, right? So for now, there will be a good amount of intraday scalping opportunities to the upside, right? Not immediately, obviously, because we do need to see price sort of form some sort of maybe reversal pattern or something like that if you're that type of a person and you trade those type of things, right? So we do need to see price form some sort of a reversal pattern. It's most likely going to break above this high in here and then form some sort of maybe a short-term bearish flag or something like that to give us another mild breakout to the downside and then push back to the upside. So for the day, you might be seeing some good scalping opportunities to the upside and some good scalping opportunities to the downside, because the market has to now consolidate for a while before it rebalances and goes back to the upside. Let's talk about volatility 10. Now, I did speak about volatility 10 yesterday, in that when it comes into this area in here, I'm more keen on taking selling opportunities back into around these areas in here before I start looking for more buying opportunities back to the upside, obviously targeting this level and then ultimately targeting into this level. As you can see, price has really rejected, and I have been in on sales. I actually took some sales in on here yesterday, or actually the day before, I think. I did take some sales in on here. So I actually did hold drawdown for yesterday, but I am still holding the trades on this account that I'm currently on and on a couple of my other accounts as well, because at minimum, I would like to see price come back to around these lows. If it does, perhaps even form like a double bottom pattern or something like that at this area here. And then it might give us a bit of a channel, something to that effect. And then we'll see it break to the upside and then get going back to the upside. So that's something that I am looking at currently on volatility 10. And for now, I am still short-term sell bias. As you can see, the market is showing good sell signals for today. Looking at here, we can see this false breakout to the upside. Price broke above, came back in, broke this market structure that I did speak about yesterday. We came back to retest, forming this double top pattern right in here, right? And now you can see that this market is going down. So we'll obviously have targets along the way in here at each of these levels of rejection, so that you can be able to take something off as it does progress. That would be a really wise opportunity. Moving on to volatility 75, this is currently the baby of the bunch at the moment. I did explain yesterday why we are seeing so much consolidation in this area, because we are at a serious key level in this market, in that we will see this market hold in and around that area, because even if I draw it from here, so every time I look at this chart, I see it as a bit of more of a resistance support type of key level that we're looking at on here. And at the moment, like I did say, or I don't think I have mentioned, but I am not trading that market at the moment as well, because my daily chart is telling me to look for sells and my weekly chart is telling me to look for buys. So I'm going to wait for the daily to sort of maybe break down into here, right? As you can see, it's been stuck at this level now for like 1, 2, 3, for like the entire week, I believe, right? So I'm waiting to see it break down here. Perhaps we might see it break down, get a retest targeting into here, and then get a bit of a pattern forming in there, pushing this market back to the upside, obviously pushing to revisit these highs in here. And that is what I am currently looking at on this market at the moment. So other than that, not really much more I can speak about. Perhaps I can drop down to the H4. And as you can see, even on the H4 chart, this market has been consolidating in this area in here since I think about Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. So it actually consolidated the whole weekend. It consolidated in the beginning of last week as well. So this market is very, very range bound at the moment. And that is because it is sitting at a key level, right? So it's not trying to take out your stop losses. It's not trying to do all of those things. All it's doing is it is range bound at the moment because of the fact that it's sitting at a key level, right? Let's talk about volatility 25-1S as well. So looking at volatility 25-1S, I did speak about yesterday that we could see this market sort of break further down into around these areas in here, right? Something to that effect. And then see this market obviously revisit this area in here. This is where I am looking to take sales, obviously, and I'm looking to take it all the way back down into around here. So currently I am sitting this out at the moment because I do not see any clear setups in here. We don't have any clear sort of structure other than this low that's just been broken. So perhaps I might actually even look to participate in this today, looking at getting in on this market at around these areas up in here that I have been speaking about as well. So a retest into there, maybe a stop loss above that level, and looking to take profits down in here. All right, cool. So moving on from that, let's talk about the dollar index futures and the NASDAQ market, and then we will be done for the day. So let's look at where I like to start, the dollar index. Right. So looking at the dollar index, I did speak about, I'm actually on TradingView right now. I hope my TradingView chart is popping up. So looking at the dollar index futures, right? So I have been looking at this, and I have spoken about, let me just grab my annotator right in here, some arrows, right? So I have been talking about, firstly, the market getting down into this low in here. Actually, I have been speaking about that since the market was up here since the beginning of the week, right? So I hope you have been able to make the most out of those opportunities that have materialized on there. So I will be looking to see this market sort of maybe drop below this low in here, maybe into this yellow box, and then we'll see it come back into, test some of these highs in here, right? See it maybe drop one more time, and then we'll see this market pull back up a little bit, maybe even go and break those highs. That's not really necessary at the moment. Short term, we can still look for selling opportunities on dollar pairs, right? Dollar-based pairs, not dollar quote pairs. Remember, you have to understand that difference as well. And as I always say, futures markets going down, you'll expect equity markets to go to the upside. Looking at the NASDAQ market, as you can see, I also spoke about this yesterday, that we will see this market, even though it was looking very bearish yesterday. You can see yesterday's candle did push down quite substantially, but like I did say on yesterday's session, we will see this level here act as some sort of a support, right at this level, and you can see the market came right into this level here. My arrows might be a bit skew, but that's fine. It's not really necessary that it is straight, right? So you can see the market came back into this area and it did hold as support. So if you were able to take advantage of this, very well done on that. But as you can see that I have been speaking about the price getting back into this high in here, and nothing's changed in terms of that bias. So I am still looking at this market pushing back to the upside into those areas in there. So just to have a look again at my weekly and monthly analysis, you can see that on monthly, I actually published this analysis on my Instagram feed about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, and I did say that we will see this market come back into this high. And as you can see that even though we came into here earlier this month and we rejected really strongly, I have been preaching the fact that we will see it get back into those highs. And as you can see, it is making its way towards that, right? Looking at this here, we've got on the weekly chart, we've got this very strong structure that's telling us, okay, price pushed up here, forming this low, that high. So basically, this is the trading range that we have. We can see that after leaving this high, it formed a higher low right in here, formed a lower high there, but it still came back and formed a higher low right here and moved on to break above this high with a young wick, right? So that's not really a legitimate break at the moment, but I do sort of lean towards considering that as a break. So I will be looking to see the market firstly head up into this area in here, right? And maybe give us a small rejection of that area perhaps, and then pull back into around these areas, perhaps to find more liquidity and then see it going back to the upside. But overall, looking at the daily chart, not really anything you need to worry about on weekly and stuff. But looking at the daily chart, just based on that weekly candle as well, you can see I am expecting this week to get filled back to the upside because the market is bullish, right? So we will be seeing that happening over the course of the next couple of days. So it is Friday today. Best thing to do in terms of this is, like I said, take it easy, right? Protect profits, reduce risks, right? Cool. So that's it from my side. Until next time, it has been a pleasure as always to share with you guys. So I am wishing you a blessed and a profitable trading week, and also a prosperous weekend. Remember to spend some time with the people that are important. Ensure that you understand why you are doing this, and remind yourself what it is that you are working towards. It's been a good week from the Amateur Effect family. We'll be catching up with you again next week.